Hey guys, MBSC1 again. This is going to be just a quick deck profile. So I've got my expanded Yveltal Maxie's deck list here, so I'm just going to kind of explain the list to you guys. So we'll start with the Pokemon as always. Got 2 Yveltal EX, kind of want 3. 2's been doing the job fine though, especially with the 1 Mewtwo. I feel like that works as a backup sometimes, but you cannot Dark Patch to Mewtwo, so it does not make it exactly the same. Sometimes you can attack with Darkrai too, not so great in the mirror if they're also playing Gallade. But, you know, 2 I think is fine. 3 would be ideal, though. 2 BKT Yveltal, you really just have to play at least 2. 3 is sick for that count as well. But now that people are kind of playing Mime, I'm not so sure I want to play 3. I feel like 2's okay. And then I go with 2 Gallade here and no Archeops. This is because in a lot of the time, the matchups where you want Archeops, Gallade is also helpful, and in the mirror, Gallade is super helpful because basically whoever's going to have the more consistent return knockouts and things like that is going to win, and Gallade makes that a lot more possible with Premonition. Plus, just has a ton of HP, really hard to take down, 130 damage is nothing to scoff at. Really like it for the mirror, and I've been really enjoying having 2 in this deck, so I think that's definitely right. Only 1 Shaman, only 1 Jirachi. I like 2 Shaman normally, but you can definitely get away with 1 when you have the Jirachi and the Gallade. That makes it even more okay to not have Shaman. Definitely want the second one, though. If I could fit it, that would be great. But this is fine. It's not perfect, but it works well enough. Then we have 1 Baby Yveltal. Definitely could cut this card. It's a nice starter. Helps with accelerating energy because there is no elixir in this list. There is just Dark Patch, so 1 is nice for that. Then you have Mr. Mime. This is mostly to stop opposing BKT Yveltal. Also stops Darkrai if your opponent's using that, or anything else like Kyurem or whatever. But it's almost entirely there just to stop BKT Yveltal. Really helpful because it makes it possible to put these guys down early game without them just getting knocked off the bench and letting your opponent take some easy prizes like that. So I really like this card. I don't think you can cut it from the list at all right now. I think it's like 100% a necessity right now. Even though Silent Lab is somewhat popular, I think this guy's super helpful. I also run 3 counter stadiums to Silent Lab, so it's going to be kind of hard for my opponent to get consistent use out of their BKT Yveltal with Meister Mime in play. 1 Darkrai is literally just so I can retreat. Night Spear is a nice attack sometimes. It's also like occasionally a good attacker, but it's pretty much entirely there for the Dark Cloak. I only run the 1 because I have 1 Keldeo, as well as the 2 Floatstone, which I like a lot. I think that's like huge. If I had to choose between 1 Floatstone, 2 Darkrai, or 2 Floatstone, 1 Darkrai, it's like a landslide. Definitely going with 2 Floatstone. Like, that's been super, super helpful for me. Love Keldeo just because it makes it so, you know, you can maneuver between any of your attackers. I didn't have Keldeo for a little bit, and I think it's fine not having Keldeo, but I think it's helpful to have it in the mirror. Switch and Rope are really nice too. That's kind of the alternative way to go about it if you don't have Keldeo, but I think I like Keldeo better. And then Mewtwo is honestly just a Gallade counter. Also can counter your opponent's Mewtwo if they play Mewtwo. It's a pretty common card in the deck. You can play Toad instead if you want a different basic. I kind of like that too. Daniel Ataville has Toad instead. But Mewtwo is decent. I'm keeping it for now. Could swap that out. And then as for the stadiums, only run 1 Silent Lab because I have my own Mr. Mime, so I don't really want to, you know, stop my own guy's ability. He's going to be in play a lot. I expect to hit a lot of mirrors, so I only really want to run 1 Silent Lab. It's too good of a card to not run, though, so I like having it. Also gives me the option to put tools on this guy if I want to hit for extra damage against opposing BKT Yveltal. This is there for the same reason, basically, Reverse Valley. It's just another counter stadium. Gives me another option to counter Parallel City. I didn't want to run 3 Parallel City because that seemed really excessive. Also didn't want to run 2 Lab because of Mr. Mime, so I figured 1 Reverse Valley would be nice because it makes it so I can do 70 with a BKT, and then 60 or 70 again the next time I hit the opposing BKT to knock it out, because, you know, if you do 60 twice, you're not going to knock it out, so it helps with math there. Also just nice for, you know, hitting bigger numbers with Evil Ball. I do have Muscle Band too. So if you have a Muscle Band on Yveltal, as well as a Reverse Valley in play, you're back to hitting odd numbers, which is what you need to do to knock out opposing Yveltal EX a lot of the time, or even BKT Yveltal. I guess that doesn't work in that situation, though, because, you know, if this is in play, then that doesn't do anything if you're going against that. Anyway, and then real thin supporter line. This is probably the thinnest supporter line I've ever played. Just 2 Sigmar, 2 Lysander, 1 AZ, 1 N, 1 Colress, 1 Getsis, and 1 Maxies. I think 1 is definitely fine for the Maxies. I've been back and forth on this for a while, but I'm pretty fine with 1 Maxies for now. Getsis is honestly a little bit lackluster. I know it's like a broken card if you play turn 1, but oftentimes I want to go for the Glade turn 1. So, I don't know, but I think it's too good to take out right now, especially because you have Jirachi, so it just gives you that option. Chorus is nice. Definitely considering playing second end instead of Chorus, though. Kind of a preference thing. I like AZ just because it's too good for picking up and healing damage. If your opponent can put a Silent Lab down and stop the Mime, they can damage your, these guys or even your Yveltal, so it's really sick to have AZ to pick that up. 2 Lysanders because with it this way, you can have Battle Compressor to discard Lysander and then have 1 left in your deck so you can Stellar Guidance for it. That's really helpful late game, so you can have the Lysander to win game. Just gives you more options to finish out the game. I really like 2 Lysanders because it wins games a lot of the time. Definitely would like a 3rd Sycamore, but 2 has been fine for me so far, but 3 would definitely be ideal. Comp Search is just the A-spec if you're playing Glade. Some people like Dowsing, but you really have to play Comp if you're trying to use Glade, in my opinion. And then 4 Dark Patch, standard in every deck, don't really feel like I need to explain that. Same with the Ultra Balls. Play 1 Muscle Band because it does really cool math in the mirror. If you Y-Cyclone with an Yveltal, you do 110 with Muscle Band, and then you can do 60 more, which adds up to exactly 170, and that math cannot happen with Fighting Fury Belt, so I really like Muscle Band for that reason. And then you have 3 Battle Compressors, obviously, just to get rid of Glade, put Dark in your discard pile so you can Dark Patch and things like that. I like 4 Compressor, but 3 works, and you really just have to do what you need with this list because it's so packed. 3 into Trainer's Mail. If you play 4, you tend to Trainer's Mail into Trainer's Mail too much, and you can't take Trainer's Mail off of Trainer's Mail, obviously. So I just play 3. Easy to just cut down by 1. It's not a ridiculously important card in the deck, but it is really strong too. And then, like I said before, 2 Floatstones really strong. Getting that Keldeo Stone is just so big. I'm really, really liking 2 Floatstone right now. And then 7 Dark and 4 DC, pretty standard energy count. So that's the list, guys. Thanks for watching. I wanted to post this here because I haven't been posting this channel a lot lately, so thought I'd give you guys some more content. But yeah, that's it. Thanks guys for watching. And if you guys want to see this deck in action, you guys can head over to cuttertap.com. Definitely have content with me using this. So if you guys want to see more of that, head over there. And if you guys want a shirt or anything else or want to contact me, just leave me a comment below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.